with summer in the air at Fenway. The Red Sox face Toronto in the middle game of a 3-game series. At 20 games over 500, the Sox are well ahead of last year's pace and send Rick Porcello to the hill here in Game 2. Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for being with us. Beautiful night for a ball game. I'm Dave O'Brien. My partner, Red Sox Hall of Famer Jerry Remy, and Jemai Webster coming along in just a couple of moments. They say in baseball, Jerry, no need to check the standings before Memorial Day. That was yesterday, and the Red Sox have a 2-game lead heading into the next 54.
Well, a third of the way through the season, and the numbers for the Red Sox much better than a year ago. Now, remember, last year the Red Sox won 93 games. That's a lot of wins. But look at 2018, a 37-17 record. They did not reach 20 games over 500 until August the 23rd of last season. Home runs way up this year. Extra base hits, runs, everything. The only thing that's up a little bit, relievers ERA, but that's about an even wash from a year ago. And the starters down almost a run a game. So it's been a remarkable run for the first third of the season. And can they maintain that all year? Of course they can. They've got a very good ball club here. This is a team that should go to the playoffs and do very well in the playoffs. So hopefully that trend continues for the Boston Red Sox. And it hasn't been easy because a lot of the games they played in this third have been on the road. So they got a lot of home games to make up here at Fenway Park.
Sure do. Now, one trend they want to stay away from is having Mookie Betts out of the lineup, but for the third consecutive night, Mookie will not be available, at least in a starting capacity. Rick Porcello will be the starter on the mound as he goes for his 7th win of 2018. It's the Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Game 2 of a 3-game series on a gorgeous night. Come on back for the first pitch right around the corner. Dunkin' Donuts. America runs on Dunkin'. Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Your local New England Ford dealers. And by Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? Just a perfect night here for Game 2. Sox and the Blue Jays. Time now for our Xfinity X1 report as we go down to Jemai Webster. Good evening, Jemai.
Good evening, Dave. Well, Jackie Bradley Jr. went 2 for 6 with an extra base hit, a triple in the Red Sox last series against the Atlanta Braves. He followed that up last night with another extra base hit and an RBI. He's beginning to make a turn from the struggles that he had earlier in the season, and I talked with Red Sox manager Alex Cora about that, and he says JBJ is beginning to contribute, and he likes it.
It's good to see him smile on the baseball field. And then obviously that's happening because he's contributing, defensively, offensively, running the bases. And at one point he was very down on himself because he wasn't part of the fun, supposedly, but he was still playing great defense. But he wanted to do it offensively, and now he's doing that.
Talked about the extra base hits from JBJ. Here's another obscure stat for you. He is 10-0, or this team is 10-0, when JBJ has at least one extra base hit. I asked Red Sox manager Alex Cora to explain that situation. He said he didn't have an answer, but he hopes that he gets one tonight. It is Rick Porcello on the mound against Estrada for the Blue Jays. He is looking to go 4-1 inside the friendly confines of Fenway Park. The call is coming up next with Dave O'Brien and Jerry Remy. Stick around.
League Baseball. The all-new Subaru Ascent featuring all-wheel drive and 3 rows of seats. Love is now bigger than ever this spring. By Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees, that's transparency. And by Lexus and the Lexus Strikes Out Hunger program. Red Sox are 5-2 head-to-head against Toronto. It'll be Rick Porcello against fellow right-hander Marco Estrada tonight. In front of a packed house at Fenway Park. Estrada 2-5. He's allowed a lot of home runs, a lot of extra base hits. Porcello trying to get back into a winning groove. He'll try to recover the form that he flashed the last time he faced Toronto. That was back on April 24th when he pitched 7 strong, 3-hit, 9 strikeout innings. That was up at Rogers Center. Time now to take a look at this Red Sox homestand report, brought to you by William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox. And the Red Sox 3-1, scoring 23 runs so far in the 4 games with 16 extra base hits. Lots of triples lately.
Yeah, Red Sox swinging the bat very well. You know, the average of 252, but extra base hits, 16 of them here in the on the homestand. They've got the good record of 3-1, and what a great night for baseball. This is just fantastic tonight.
Yeah, temperatures in the middle 70s, barely a cloud in the sky, and Rick Porcello about to head to the mound in a moment. A slight delay here at the outset after the pregame ceremonies. Houston and the Yankees are underway. They're in the Bronx tonight. No score in that game yet. Red Sox with a 2-game lead over New York. And of course the Red Sox are headed to Houston next for a 4-game series there in Texas. Time now for our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. We want to get you in on this early tonight. Which team do you think is the bigger threat to the Red Sox in the American League this year? Text 1 for the Yankees, 2 for the Astros. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. 1 message per vote.
That's a great question. You know, we've already seen the Yankees a couple of times this season, not the Astros yet, and we'll be seeing for 4 games on this next road trip coming up after the day game tomorrow here at Fenway.
It's a very, very good Houston team again. Of course, they are the reigning world champs, but they've got a battle on their hands with Seattle in the American League West. I think it's a fascinating division.
It really is. You know, it's. I tell you, there's going to be a lot of good races. I got a feeling in baseball this year.
Yeah, National League West is up for grabs very early. Colorado with a 1.5 game lead on Arizona. Dodgers starting to play a whole lot better. Alex Cora's team at 37-17, best record in Major League Baseball. The Red Sox have an opportunity tonight to overtake the Yankees for the most runs in baseball. Right now they're only 1 run off the pace. And Charlie Morton is on the hill tonight for the Houston Astros. He's 7-0 against CC Sabathia. So keep an eye on that. Sox at 18-8 at home. They've been an outstanding road team. And one big separator for the Red Sox as far as division play is what they've done inside the division. They are 23-10 already against the American League East. The Yankees just 11-9 against the division. So Rick Porcello taking the Red Sox out of the diamond here tonight. We'll give you a look at the starting lineup. And for Toronto, it'll be Granderson to lead things off, hitting .242. Kevin Pillar in center. Jan Harris Solarte is the shortstop. Smoke at first base with Teoscar Hernandez out of the 5 spot. Russell Martin at third. Kendrys Morales is the designated hitter. Devin Travis at second, and Luke Mailey does the catching and hits 9th. Against the Red Sox starter presented by New England Audi dealers. And Rick Porcello 6-2 with a .374 ERA. At home he is 3-1 so far.
The Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are 5th in the American League with 26 errors on the season. Rafael Devers will be at third base, and Bogaerts the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second, and Mitch Moreland the first baseman. Left to right, Andrew Benintendi, Jackie Bradley Jr. and Brock Holt, and Sandy Leon gets the start behind the plate catching Porcello.
Umpires brought to you by Toyota's website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. Vic Carapaz has the plate. He is the son-in-law of the former Major League umpire Rich Garcia. Jerry Lane at first. Jansen Visconti at second base. Jordan Baker at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP presented by Toyota. Visit Carper2Toyota.com to see Toyota deals not seen on TV.
Buenas noches, amigos.
Weather 79 degrees and clear. So just perfect here for game number 2 of this 3-game series. Porcello coming off a 6-3 loss at Tampa Bay, shortest outing of the season. He went just 3 2/3 innings, so he's trying to get back into a groove against Toronto. First pitch, a strike, and we're underway.
Red Sox have the shift on the right side against Curtis Granderson, who leads off, 242 average.
Pilar on deck, and the 1-1 from the right-hander.
Back-to-back curveballs for Porcello. Started him off with a fastball for a strike, and then trying to get strikes with his curveball.
Granderson with 4 home runs in the early going, still has good power. 3-1. Rick Porcello 9-9 lifetime against the Blue Jays with a 4.92 ERA and the 3-1 home. And he walks the leadoff man. Highly unusual for Rick Porcello.
Yeah, walked 2 in his last outing against Tampa Bay. That was only in 3 2/3 innings. His high on the season is 3 walks. He's done that twice.
He's had 5 games where he hasn't walked anybody. Brings up Pilar at 278 with 4 homers. He is one of a handful of guys in baseball who had a chance to make the catch that Jackie Bradley made yesterday out at the 420 mark. Some play.
That's one you could watch over and over and over again. It was that good.
Pilar just 256 lifetime against Porcello. Granderson on, nobody out.
The catch yesterday was so good that we have to circle it. We brought out the circle for this catch. Look how far he goes, over 100 feet to make this catch. Checks out the wall, takes his eye off the baseball, back on the baseball, hits the wall, closes the glove. Unbelievable play.
And a hug just for good measure from Brock Holt, who said later, "Yep, I'm a hugger. The way it works." 0-2's outside, dropped by Leon, no advance by Granderson. He got to it quickly.
Well, you know it's a good play when they bring out the circle. When they bring out that red circle, you know that's a big league play.
How do they stay in it, though? I just think that's amazing.
It's amazing. The circle always takes the correct route to the baseball.
Funny how that happens. So Larte on deck. And a 1-2 to Pilar. This is from last year.
Yeah, Jackie Bradley Jr. again in the circle, just cruising after this one. Look at that.
No home run for Aaron Judge as he took that one away. 1-2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Runner goes. Here's Leon's toss. And Pedroia waiting for Granderson. He was out by 20 feet.
Granderson got a very late break on that. Now, I don't know if he read that, as a ball being in the dirt and then took off. Let's take a look at Granderson. Yeah, he saw the ball in the dirt and he didn't think Leon was going to come up with it, so he breaks for second base. Leon does come up with it and makes a great play. I don't believe that was delay steal. I think he just thought the ball was going to be in the dirt.
Poke foul, slicing down the line, out of play. So Porcello says thank you very much.
There's Leon on the breaking ball right here. A lot of runners are taught when the ball is going to be in the dirt, just take off for second base, because very few times does the catch come up with it clean.
Fly down the left field line, and that one's off into the stands.
Leon didn't exactly come up with it clean, but it came up, right into his throwing hand, and by that time Granderson was out by a country mile at second base.
Yeah, when it bounced, it kind of stuck.
Yes.
Did him a favor. And Granderson was easy pickings, the 2-2. Porcello a little bit off here, 3-2, and that was the case his last time out too, when he went just 3 2/3. He had a lot of deep counts. Payoff pitch, and got him. Came back and struck him out with a breaking ball.
Yeah, it goes to the slider on the 3-2 count to pick up the strikeout against Pilar. Of course, in that situation, as a hitter, you're thinking fastball. He doesn't get it. Gets the slider away. And Porcello picks up his first strikeout of the night.
Amica Insurance, great service, great coverage, a great price for auto, home, and life insurance. So Larte will climb in, 263. He's a power threat. He's hit 11. One of their best hitters is out of the lineup today, the former MVP Josh Donaldson, with tightness in a calf. Toronto overall hitting just .229 as a team. That's 14th in the American League. And the 0-1. So Donaldson resting this evening. They are 12 games back of the Sox. They're in 4th place coming into tonight. Fly ball. He did not hit it. Coming on Holt. He's got plenty of time. And in the end, Porcello only faces 3 men. Red Sox coming up. Benintendi to lead things off. It'll be Bogaerts, Moreland, Martinez, Devers at 3rd, Pedroia at 2nd tonight. Brock Holt, Sandy Leon, and Jackie Bradley Jr. against the right-hander Marco Estrada. Mookie Betts out of the lineup for the 3rd consecutive game. The hope is he'll get back in there tomorrow in the finale of this series before the Red Sox take off for Houston. Estrada 2-5, a 5.40 ERA. A lot of home runs and a lot of extra base hits.
You see a lot of changeups from Estrada too. Benintendi, he's been real hot, 7 for his last 12, average up to 292.
He's .333 against Estrada in his career. Time to see who's been driving the ball, presented by Toyo Tires. Benintendi last 7 at Fenway, .481 with 14 RBIs. Toyo Tires, the official tire of the Boston Red Sox. Flying into left, Granderson back there to make the grab. So 1 gone.
Time now for the Blue Jays lineup, and they'll have Russell Martin at third base, Solarte at shortstop, Travis at second, and Smoke at first. Left to right, Curtis Granderson, Kevin Pillar, and Teoscar Hernandez. Luke Mailey doing the catching. They are 13th in the league with 36 errors on the season.
Xander Bogaerts, 277 overall, 7 home runs, trying to snap a little 3 for 20. With Moreland on deck. Xander was 1 for 5 yesterday in the first win over Toronto. Cracks that one into left field, but Granderson will turn and now play it off the 10. Going to be a long single as Bogaerts gets on back to first base. Well, you wonder if he kept on going, would he have had a chance to make a play?
Yeah, that's the question I had. You know, he had a few more steps to go back and maybe make that play because it hit off the bottom of the wall, but looked like he thought it was going to hit higher off the wall, so he starts to back off, and look where it lands. Bogaerts has to stop at first base with a single. Well, left field at Fenway Park, it can cause havoc, especially among visiting players.
So a 1-out base hit for Xander brings up Mitch Moreland at 317, 8 home runs, 26 RBIs. He has a 6-game hitting streak. Red Sox have already beaten Estrada twice this year. Both of those at Toronto, 5-4 and 5-2. Last one he actually didn't pitch that badly. On May 12th, he allowed 7 hits in 6 innings.
There's that changeup I was talking about. It's 75 miles an hour. Fastball, cutter, changeup, basically his 3 pitches. And a lot of these.
J.D. Martinez on deck. The 2-0. Ripped into right field. That's down the line. That's going to keep on bouncing. Bogaerts heading into third. It's up against the fence. That's going to bring in a run. And down to second and stopping there is Moreland, who continues to hit it and hit it hard. 7 in a row. It's 1-0 Red Sox.
Now, he was only a 190 hitter against Estrada coming into the game, but he gets one of those change-ups. And he hooks it right down the right field line. The ball's starting to move away, but he gets a sweet spot of the bat on it and puts it down in that right field corner. By the time Hernandez tracks it down, Xander Bogaerts, who's rounding second, just continues on and will come all the way in to give the Red Sox the 1-0 lead.
I was amazed he stopped at second base the way he's been racking up those triples. But another double for him, and Martinez will try and drive him in. 320, 17 homers, 44 RBIs. Goes after the first one. He rips it down the line. That's headed for the wall. That's going to make it 2-0. He wants second. Granderson throws. He slides in feet first, and he's got a double and an RBI. 2-0 Red Sox. That didn't take long. 45 RBIs now for J.D. Martinez.
J.D. gets a fastball. It's supposed to be away, but it stays up in the strike zone, and he really gets on top of that and puts it on a line. Moreland comes around to score. Martinez tracking into second base for the double. Goes into the slide, feet first, and not even close.
You almost catch yourself a little bit when you see a guy going in feet first.
I know, it's surprising. It really is.
Classic look. Brings up Devers now. Red Sox swinging it right away against Estrada. Devers 239, 9 homers. Red Sox jumping on the right-hander. Fly it into center field. Lazy fly to Pillar. And a runner will stay put at second. 2 down as Devers went after the first pitch.
Yeah, he got fooled on the changeup on the first pitch.
Our key matchup now presented by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. We're always here to get you there. Dustin Pedroia against Marco Estrada. This is 35 plate appearances. Now look at that batting average, 452. And that includes 5 triples. So Pedroia looking for his first hit since being activated. It's a pretty good bet. It might come tonight. Ground ball here to the shortstop, Solarte. And in plenty of time, but the Red Sox strike early, and it's 2-0 Boston.
TC will be joined by Red Sox president and CEO Sam Kennedy on the Jersey Street stage.
Well, Red Sox with good early swings against Estrada and take a 2-0 lead here. It'll be Smoke, Hernandez, and Martin against Rick Porcello. So the Red Sox scoring early in support of the right-hander. Smoke 249 with 7 homers. He's 8 for 32 against Porcello, but he does have 3 homers.
Red Sox also play him in a shift. 3 men on the right side. Pedroia deep on that outfield grass.
One hammered behind the bag, scooped up by Moreland. He'll take it, and that's the first out in the second inning. When hip and knee pain force you to sit out, make sure you visit the joint replacement experts at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. Visit bidmc.org. Here's Teoscar Hernandez now. Right fielder, 252. He's hit 7 home runs. Toronto does have some power in the lineup. One man away, and he backs out and takes a strike.
Just showing a bunt down the third base line. Devers deep, but he's not going to come in at all. He's going to stay back.
Popped up down the right field line. Charging on it, Brock Cole. Moreland going out in foul ground, lunges, and he made the play.
What a play.
Outstanding effort over there as the tarp was looming large.
That was a tough play by Moreland, going away from home plate, knowing that the top's there and knowing that, you know, just how far he's got to go, and he starts reaching right there, and he just gets it in the top of the webbing of the glove. That's a very difficult play to make when that ball is going away from you and you have your back to home plate.
Brock Holt can't stop hugging everybody. If you make a play, you're going to get a hug. If you hit one out, you're going to get a hug. Russell Martin rips that one up the middle for a base hit. He was not waiting around and tags a single. So first hit of the night against the Red Sox righty brings up Kendrys Morales, who's the man who lost the extra base hit into the glove of Jackie Bradley with that great play yesterday. Hitting just 181 and only 205 against Rick Porcello in his career. Now tomorrow, more day baseball coming your way. It's the 4th 1 o'clock game on this homestand.
I'm about 1 o'clock out.
Me too. Those are early starts for everybody. In there for a strike. Eduardo Rodriguez will throw the first pitch. He'll go in at 5-1. Baseball people tend to be nighttime people.
Night owls, yes.
Oh, one fastball drilled into 92. But expected to be a very nice day. Really feels like summer has finally arrived to stay. Martin on with 2 down. Sox up 2-0. Leone came up to gun but did not throw. They got Martin at third base tonight. Lately he's played some short. He's played some left. Of course, he's a catcher by trade.
We've seen him at third base.
Yeah.
And everywhere.
Been putting him on wheels. You know, they really don't have a true shortstop. You know, a guy who's been playing that position for years and years. They did in Troy Tulowitzki.
Right.
He's gone because of injury.
That's a big injury for this ball club. Obviously.
They've had a lot of them. Right now 4 games under 500. That one tagged to right field. On the move, Brock Holt trying to cut it off on the warning track. Martin will round. He's on his way to third and stopping there. So Morales with a base hit. They're at first and third with 2 down.
And Morales gets a curveball from Porcello and pulls it down that right field line. Came into the game at 205 hitter with a couple of home runs against Porcello. And that time, that's right in kind of a nice hitting zone for a left-hander. It's down. It's about knee high. When you get it lower than that, it becomes much more difficult to pitch. But right there is a pretty good pitch for a lefty to swing at.
So here's the second baseman, Travis, hitting just 182, 2 home runs. Just recently back up from the minor leagues from AAA Buffalo. Four out of 18 in his career against Porcello, and he goes after it right away and fouls it back for a strike. Tampa Bay is out at Oakland tonight. They've gotten even at 500. Hot shot to third. Nice grab there by Devers, and he fires down to second to retire the side. Fenway. For more information, you can visit redsox.com/premiumflex. Red Sox head 2-0 and batting here against Estrada in the bottom of the second. Brock Holt has feasted on Toronto this year. He's hitting .474 against the Blue Jays, 9 out of 19. Sandy Leon on deck. Jackie Bradley will follow.
You know, Dave, I need to apologize to you, whole crew, because we were on our way to winning an Emmy with 2 circles being shown in the first inning, and I messed it all up. When I was supposed to give the defense, and I actually said the lineup, and that Emmy goes right out the window because of that.
Well, you know, I think you just read the copy, didn't you?
No, it's my fault.
Oh, it is. You're taking responsibility.
I should pre-check that.
Well, here it is.
And this costs us probably an Emmy. Time now for the Blue Jays lineup, and they'll have Russell Martin at third base,
not the
Solarte
lineup.
at
It's
shortstop,
supposed to be the
Travis
defense.
at second, and Smoke at first. Left to right, Curtis Granderson, Kevin Pillar, and Teoscar Hernandez.
There goes the
Luke
Emmy.
Mailey doing the catching. They are 13th in the league with 36 errors on the season. Yeah, there it is. I just blow it.
What a shame. What a shame.
They were going to put this in too.
They weren't even going to wait for the end of the show. Here's the 3-2 and a high chop to the right side, and Travis will handle that. Brock Holt retired. Well, you're man enough to admit it, so well done there.
It bothers me because you come out of the shoot, you got the circles. You got 2 of them in one inning. How many shows have 2 circles in one inning?
Nobody does that. Nobody.
I've been doing this 31 years. I've read the defense every game for 31 years. Every game I've done for 31 years, and I've never said the lineup. I've said defense.
Yep.
And tonight I say lineup, and I blow the whole show out of the water in less than an inning. In less than an inning.
You get a lot of props for admitting it. You know, a real man can admit when he blows it.
My apologies to the folks at home also.
But those red circles, man.
I know.
It's great TV.
I feel awful.
You have time to bounce back. It's only the second inning.
I mean, I probably would have said Tardays too instead of Noches.
2-1 to count on Sandy, hitting .222 with a home run. Red Sox ahead 2-0 on Estrada after 2 doubles and a base hit first inning, and that one is torn into. Hernandez on the move and misplays it. It's over his head. All the way up against the right field fence, and Sandy Leon's got a double, the 3rd already for the Red Sox tonight.
It didn't seem like Hernandez thought that ball was hit that hard. He didn't get a real good jump on it, and it looked like he was trying to track the thing like, you know, he had it all the way, but over his head it goes, and it's going to be a 2-base hit. You know, that was a great shot too. We had that last shot of the second baseman. If we could get back to that last shot. He threw a changeup, and I want to show the folks at home how infielders move on certain pitches.
Jackie 184 with 2 home runs, and lately a 3-game hitting streak.
The second baseman, watch the second baseman. Now they call for a changeup. Now he's going to go a couple of steps to his left because he knows it's an off-speed pitch that'll probably be pulled. Just a little thing, but that's what the infielders do to try to gain an advantage.
You are right back in the Emmy running.
That's out. I blew it.
Fly ball into left. Granderson still moving back. And back to second is Leon, 2 down. Benintendi next.
You know, that's why it's important as we talk often about signs, and we often talk about multiple signs, why the middle infielders have to know what the signs are, because they adjust on certain pitches on where they're playing. Now, had that been a fastball been called, he probably would have stayed home with the changeup. He moves to his left and thinking the ball's going to be pulled. Same thing with the shortstop. Sometimes the third baseman wants to know. Sometimes the first baseman wants to know.
And of course, this guy throws a ton of changeups.
Exactly.
Benintendi's 0 for 1. He's flied to left. He's the hottest hitter on the club right now. He's fallen a double shy of the cycle 2 of his last 3 games. Mookie Betts out of the lineup for 3 consecutive games, but when Benintendi has been leading off the 4 games he's done it, he's hitting .444. So the Red Sox haven't missed a beat in the short term. High fly, left center, headed for the wall, rising up, and it is off the green. Leone in to score. Another extra base hit for the scalding hot Andrew Benintendi, who drives in his 38th run.
You know, we talked about this yesterday, Dave, and the fact that, you know, Benintendi knows that left field is his friend. I mean, any left-handed hitter that's got the power that he has, the ability to use the opposite field in this ballpark is just incredible. And now he is really gotten down to where he has confidence in doing that. Fly ball off the wall. Double. Another run for the Red Sox.
4 Red Sox doubles already. Here's Andrew Bogaerts. He's got a base hit and has scored a run. So the Red Sox in front 3-0. They could end the night 21 games over 500 for the first time this season. They can also, if they win out the rest of this month, they can match their April win total of 19. Sox went 2-1 in March. Good stop by Maile. So jumping on Estrada here. He's allowed more extra base hits than any pitcher in Major League Baseball. Here in 2018, the Red Sox are adding on to that. John Gibbons, a fine manager of the Toronto club, was complimenting the Red Sox after the game, and he's a very gracious guy, and he said, you look at their lineup, and up and down they have a lot of guys that are going to hurt you if you make some mistakes. He's very impressed. He said it's usually the way it goes in Boston, but he said this particular team really impressive. 1-2.
Good job fouling that ball off by Bogaerts. That pitch was questionable on the outside part of the plate. Be a genie loosening up in the bullpen here very early. It's one where you don't know whether to swing or take it. You're afraid to take it because it might be called a strike, and Bogaerts goes after it and fouls it off.
Two down, another run in. And 1-2. Moreland on deck. He's got a double and an RBI already. And Estrada with a 2-2. That squirts underneath Maile. That's going to advance the runner. Benintendi easily into third. So he's 90 feet away on what should be a wild pitch.
And sometimes those are difficult to see how far they get away from the catcher, but fortunately for Benintendi, it goes toward the left, and he's able to pick it up and grab an extra base.
Is a wild pitch. And now the payoff to Xander. Popped him up, drifting out Travis. And he will take it, but the Red Sox continue to hit and score 3-0. Ticket would like to welcome and honor the 200 military members and guests invited to tonight's game. The Ace Ticket family thanks you for your service to our country. Sox up 3-0. Rick Porcello getting some support. Luke Maile leading it off, 277. He's homered twice. He was with Tampa Bay before Toronto. Yet another baseball product out of the SEC, like Andrew Benintendi. Maile from the University of Kentucky. Where they watch very little unless it's basketball.
Like their basketball, don't they? Pretty good stuff.
1-2 in there. Strike three. Caught him looking. Let's go down to Jemai.
Well, OB, you and Jerry were talking about Rick Porcello in his last start. Just went 3 2/3, gave up a season-high 6 earned runs. I talked with pitching coach Dana Lavangie on what Rick can do to bounce back. He says just be himself, execute his pitches and mix his pitches, specifically his changeup. He said he's been able to locate it on both sides of the plate, and that's contributed to his success so far. He's gone at least 6 innings in each of his last 5 home starts, and he's 3-1 at Fenway so far, doing a solid job.
Granderson took a walk and eventually was caught stealing in the first inning. 37-year-old from Chicago, former New York Yankee and Met, right into the shift and hauled in by Pedroia in shallow right. He was Johnny on the spot.
Oh, those shifts. Pedroia back on the outfield grass, as you can see. There's his jump, and then the line shot just takes it right away and takes a base hit away from Granderson. Granderson down here didn't get out of the box because he was hit so hard.
2 down. Pilar is 0 for 1. He whiffed in the first inning. Base is empty and a bounding foul. Make it 0-2. So Red Sox about to take on the Astros after tomorrow's finale with Toronto, heading there for 4 games off to Houston, then right back home for a week against Detroit and the Chicago White Sox. Looking at that schedule, there's only one team in the American League Central with a winning record. That's Cleveland. They're only 2 games over. Popped up. Moreland charging, coming hard onto the track and makes the play. Another fine catch. He's made 2 of them already. The Red Sox leading Toronto 3-0 as we take you to the bottom half of the third inning. Jerry Remy, Dave O'Brien, and Jemai Webster with you on a beautiful night. And a great start for the Sox. Mitch Moreland has doubled in a run already. I'm not trying to argue anybody's opinion about the Hanley Ramirez decision, but strictly speaking, as far as Red Sox on this roster and the postseason, it is incorrect to suggest that others have not had a lot of success in the playoffs. And Moreland is one of those guys who has. He's been in one World Series in his career, 2010. He hit .462. He also hit .389 in the league championship against the Yankees. Dustin Pedroia, .325 lifetime in the league championship, and that's 20 games. JD Martinez also done very well in the playoffs. This one flied into center field and Pilar underneath. And that'll be out number one. On time of the carrying the freight moment brought to you by Old Dominion.
Now, two very good plays by Moreland in foul territory to start this game off. I mean, right near the top for the first one and heading toward the Red Sox dugout and past. In front of the expensive seats right there. Nice play by Moreland.
Old Dominion, the official freight carrier of Major League Baseball and the Boston Red Sox. So one out for JD Martinez. He has a double and an RBI tonight. Well, we've been talking about great defense in center field with Jackie. That looks like a fun booth tonight.
Yeah, Tony La Russa, Fred Lynn, John Henry, Dave Dombrowski. I mean, whole group.
And somebody said something funny.
They were going back to you doing the lineups earlier, I think, in the first inning. Enjoying themselves.
How about Freddie? He tips his cap between innings and he goes over and sits with all the, the big shots.
You don't have to tell me what it is, because I know you do it too. You make those appearances in the Legends box over there.
Yeah.
You do that a couple times a year. Freddie's here all the time. Is that a pretty good payday?
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me what it is.
No, I mean, I think it's different for everybody. I don't know. I really don't know.
Huh?
I'm happy to do it. I can say that.
Tag to center field. That's well hit. Pilar all the way back, leaping up, and he's got it. And banging off the wall.
Let's see. We got a couple of center fielders in this game, Pilar and Jackie Bradley Jr., that can make plays. And Pilar just showed you what kind of center fielder he is. This is going back to the garage door area where that fencing is, and that is a very difficult play that he just made. He's really good.
Always a Gold Glove candidate. Devers batting with a shift on. Red Sox leading 3-0. He is 0 for 1 to fly to center. And pops that one up into foul territory. Maile over to give it a look, but that's into the boxes. Sox with 5 hits early on, and 4 of them are doubles. Estrada trying to settle in a little bit, and the off-speed pitch will miss. Came in with an ERA of 5.40. It's allowed 12 home runs. 2-2. Estrada really the ultimate fly ball guy. Last year only 31% of his outs were on ground balls, and that one will be down and in.
Getting back to your point about Hanley Ramirez, Dave, that you brought up, I mean, the facts are pretty simple on the move. They just felt like they were a better club with Mitch Moreland playing more.
Foul tipped into the mitt and gripped by Maile. 1-2-3 go the Red Sox here in the third. They had 3-0 here against Toronto. Porcello back at it. And that one tagged, headed down the line. Benintendi racing, and makes the play on the warning track in fair ground. And Solarte retired one away.
Well, Benintendi made that look easy. Because the glove on his right hand just reaches out. Doesn't have to go to a backhand to make the play, and makes it going away to the 310. So he had that shot of Freddie Lynn in the box. He could play some center field. And the Red Sox right now, in my time around here, Benintendi, Bradley, and Betts, better than anything I've ever seen.
Best outfield you've seen in a Red Sox.
Best defensive outfield. Yep. Now, you know, I was fortunate to play with Freddie, and of course Dwight Evans, who was great. But these guys, I don't know, man, they cover so much ground. They got great speed, they got great instincts, and I've got to say they're the best that I've seen.
And all pretty darn young. The 1-1 rip foul by Smoke. He is 0 for 1 and grounded to first. And Jackie Bradley, I'm sure, is very aware that there was no padding out there in center field until Fred Lynn went crashing into that wall.
That's right. Exactly right.
And then the Red Sox decide, oh, we kind of like this guy around. We love the way he plays defense. We're going to start padding the center field fence. Help him out a little bit.
There was a time where there was nothing there, no padding at all.
One down, and a 2-2 popped up and twisting back off into the stands.
Tough to see fly balls and pop-ups right now. We're in twilight here at the ballpark, and you can't take your eye off the baseball if it's hitting the air. Very, very difficult if you take your eye off it to pick it up again.
Smoke last year hit 38 home runs. And Rick Porcello decided not to deliver.
Boy, he's fortunate he didn't get injured on that.
.38 homers, 90 RBIs last season for Smoke, and there's a high, deep drive into right field. Smoke, Holt is back there, back, and it is gone. Justin Smoke with his 8th home run of the season to put Toronto on the scoreboard. And his 29th run batted in. 4th time he has homered against Rick Porcello in his career.
Yeah, Porcello for some reason stopped his previous pitch, and then he comes back with a slider right there that's again in a pretty good hitting zone for that left-handed hitter. It stays about knee high, and that was a high one that went out over the bullpen area.
So makes it 3-1. And brings up Teoscar Hernandez.
Here's when he stopped his delivery for some reason, whatever it may be. And then he comes back with the breaking ball, and that's when Smoke hits the home run.
So not quite on the pace of a season ago, but he can really hit it a long way. It's one thing that Toronto's offense has done pretty well. Hit the ball out of the park. And a 1-1. Floater foul.
Yeah, that's really how they get most of their runs. A lot of their runs. I mean, you know, you talked about their batting average being next to last in the American League, but you know, as far as runs scored go, they are 5th in the league, 5th in the league in home runs, and 6th in the league in runs scored.
One down and a 1-2 to Hernandez. Bounding ball up the middle. Bogaerts behind the bag. Guns and gets him. And there are 2 gone.
Tomorrow at 12:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC, Wake, and Steve will preview tomorrow's matchup between Sam Gaviglio and Eduardo Rodriguez. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you?
Russell Martin is 1 for 1, a base hit in the second. 35-year-old who is playing third base tonight. He was a third baseman in college. And a routine stab by Bogaerts to end the inning, but a home run by Smoke has put Toronto on the scoreboard. Holt Leon against Estrada. They have had the bullpen up previously for the Blue Jays, but it's quiet right now. And a 3-1 game. Pedroia 0 for 1. He's grounded to short. In search of that first hit of the season. Man, a 1-strike pitch. Pedroia has long been a nemesis for this Toronto franchise. Not just Estrada. Sits safely in 46 of his last 51 against Toronto. Goes back to July of 2014, and that includes a 30-game hitting streak against them. Two and two.
So far, Estrada staying with all fastballs against Pedroia. First 4 pitches.
Holt on deck.
That is unusual to see 4 straight fastballs from Estrada.
See if he goes to that trademark changeup.
He does. And out in front of it a little bit was Pedroia.
Dustin has hit the ball pretty hard since coming back. Nothing's fallen in yet. So here's the 2-2 from Estrada. He goes up the middle. Solarte with glove, fire, made a nice smooth play to get him. One man gone. Join Pedro and Carolina Martinez at the Pedro Martinez Charity Second Annual Feast with 45, June 29th at Fenway. It's a night of baseball, food, and drink with 45 of the best chefs in Boston, along with Pedro and the other stars, to raise funds to support children and families in need. Tickets are available right now at PedroMartinezCharity.com. Brock Holt's 0 for 1 with a ground at a second.
Should be a great night.
Quite a feast. All those great chefs from around the city. Leon on deck. Brock has not had a whole lot of success against this right-hander. He is 2 for 18 against Estrada. He's in right field. Made a really fine diving catch yesterday. He's going to loop that one into right field for a base hit. So Brock Holt is on with one down.
Tonight after Red Sox coverage on NESN Sports Today, we'll have a full recap of tonight's Sox game, plus highlights from the Houston Astros and New York Yankees game. NESN Sports Today is presented by People's United Bank, where the technology is as helpful as the people.
Sandy Leon with a double, and he scored a run in the second inning. Red Sox have doubled 4 times against Estrada. And Jackie Bradley waiting on deck. Runner goes. Here's the toss down, and it comes out of the glove, and he's going to be safe at second. Brock Holt with the theft to second base with one down.
And it looked like the ball beat him there, but I don't think that Solate ever had control of the baseball. No, he had it in the webbing of the glove, and it just bounced right out. The Red Sox taking advantage of a slow delivery to home play by Estrada.
First stolen base tonight, his second of the season. So RBI opportunity for Sandy Leon, who's driven in 5. Tried to hold up, and a swing and a miss on the change. Sandy Leon leading the major leagues in catcher's ERA since the start of last year, 3.35. It's 3.09 this year, so even better. Play on, and the throw, the tag is safe. Solarte tumbling in, trying to make the tag on Brock Holt.
Yeah, there's a couple of ways they put that play on. It's either the, a signal given by the shortstop to the pitcher. It could be the catcher giving a signal to him. Or sometimes the shortstop will just break for the bag, and if they see air between the runner and the bag, they'll throw it.
Red Sox struck for 2 in the first inning, another run in the second. Boston has been pretty deadly when scoring the first run. 22-3 when scoring first. That's the best in the majors. Off-speed pitch popped up foul out of play. The Red Sox being very cautious with Mookie Betts and that tightness in his left side. This is his 3rd consecutive game out of the lineup. Red Sox have been scoring plenty of runs, so Alex Cora has felt no need to rush him back in there. Want to make sure that such a valuable player, and many believe the MVP of the American League, should get all the time he requires. This earlier today. Benintendi has filled in tremendously well out of that leadoff spot and has another RBI double tonight. Holt at second. Got jammed, ground ball to first base. Smoke will handle that. That'll be out number 2. Down to third is Brock Holt. CVS Health is investing $50 million over 5 years to extend their commitment to helping people lead tobacco-free lives. You can learn more at cvshealth.com/be-the-first. Aaron Loop getting going in the bullpen for Toronto. Red Sox with another scoring opportunity. Jackie Bradley is 0 for 1. He has flied to left. There are 2 down. There's a base hit into left field. He delivers in to score Brock Holt, and the Sox are now on top 4-1. And that is a 4-game hitting streak for Jackie Bradley.
Yeah, I don't think it's any coincidence either, because in this streak, this mini streak that he has going, he's been using the opposite field. And that is a great sign for Jackie Bradley. Early in the season, everything was pull. Now he gets a fastball on the inner third of the plate, and he has that inside-out swing to take it to the opposite field for the base hit.
Now, Jackie got a lot of questions after the brilliant catch yesterday. Some of those led to his offense, and he said, not for 1 minute did I ever lose confidence in myself, offensively or defensively. Here comes Gibbons. So this is going to wind up a very short outing for Estrada, and the Red Sox are trying to beat him for the 3rd time this season. Loup will enter the fray with the Red Sox in front 4-1.
And report on him just to refresh his memory. I'm sure he knows what Loup throws, but they just want to make sure there's not some more new data on there that they have to look at.
So Estrada goes 3 2/3, 4 runs, 7 hits. Jackie Bradley, his responsibilities at first base. And Benintendi about to swing away again. Time for our Lowe's whole team together. And Mookie Betts, JD Martinez, and Andrew Benintendi have 27 home runs in the month of May. That's more than 9 teams have total in May entering today.
Look at all this information, Dave. Information in a booklet, information on the pad.
You had nothing like this, did you?
It was all memory. Nothing like it. It would be great to have all that information and, you know, take what you need and use it.
And a lot of it is take what applies to you.
Exactly.
And what you do as a hitter.
Exactly.
If you use it smartly, certainly it looks like Benintendi is, because he is a very, very, very tough out. Last 12 games, Benintendi hitting .419, 5 homers, 2 triples, 2 doubles, and 16 RBIs. And with his double tonight, he's hitting .294.
Now 2 outs, a leadoff man out. There's a possibility if Jackie Bradley gets a jump that he may go try to get into scoring position. If he's thrown out, you have Benintendi, the leadoff man, leading off the next inning.
Two out, another run home. On the RBI single by Jackie Bradley, that'll be in there for a strike.
Loup, one of those guys that drops down a little bit to the side. Can be nasty on left-handers.
.02 ripped off the glove. It'll be picked up by Travis. Back to Smoke, who initially touched it. Out number 3, but the Red Sox lead it 4-1. Top five. Toronto sends up the bottom third of their order. Morales, Travis, and Maley against Rick Porcello. Really knows how to pitch with a lead, and since joining the Red Sox in 2015, how about this on Rick Porcello? He is 45-6 when he gets 3 or more runs of support. Red Sox as a team are 53-11 in those games, but he's 45-6. He's got 4 runs tonight. Does a great job pitching with a lead. Morales, a base hit his first time up. Crack bat, ground ball. Moreland will scoop it and take it for out number 1. Let's go down to Jemai.
Well, Dave, Blue Jays third base coach Luis Rivera played 5 years of professional baseball with the Boston Red Sox of his 18 years of pro ball, and he's a native of Puerto Rico as well. I talked to him about Red Sox manager Alex Cora. He says he's very proud of him as a Puerto Rican native as well, first Latin manager in Red Sox history. He said he's known him since he was a kid. He even played with his brother Joey Cora, and he said about Alex, he always knew he was going to have the chance, and he's doing a great job with his opportunity as the manager of the Sox right now. Red Sox best team in baseball according to their record.
37-17 on the infield. Bogaerts, kind of a spongy hop, but he gets him. 2 up and 2 down.
Don't miss WB Mason extra innings right after the game. TC, Wake, and Steve will break down key plays of the game, and you'll hear from Rick Porcello and Alex Cora. Who but WB Mason, celebrating over 20 years of same-day delivery.
2 fast outs from Porcello. Sox ahead 4-1 in the 5th. He struck out Maley looking in the 3rd inning. First pitch swinging, fouls it back. Yeah, that was said of Alex Cora at the end of his playing career, before his playing career even ended, that he was a future manager. People started talking about him that way. Didn't know which path he would take. Right out of the gate, line into left, Benintendi on a dipping line drive will snag that, and it's a 1-2-3. Moment. Get Red Sox home screen icons, features such as Game of the Day, and more. Download MLB at Bat today. What a night. Red Sox ahead 4-1 at the midway point. And we'll bring up Bogaerts, Moreland, and Martinez. So 2, 3, and 4. Xander with a base hit. First hit of the ball game in the first inning. He's also popped up 1 for 2. Red Sox getting a strong outing out of Rick Porcello tonight. I thought a very gutsy outing out of David Price yesterday, as he went 5 innings, got absolutely smoked by a line drive. Seen plenty of pitchers justifiably come out of a game after getting hit with a shot like
The
that.
thing that concerned me is, I wasn't quite sure where it got him. I thought it was on the chest, but I further, read this morning it was on the forearm, then up around the top of his arm. And to be able to go on and continue to pitch like that in the game, that's pretty impressive. And give him 5 innings. I mean, this is a shot. Able to throw the ball to first base to get the out and then remain in the game after that.
Made his way through 5. Red Sox got the win. He got the W, his 5th of the year. Moreland on deck, and then Martinez. Here's the 0-2 from the lefty. Biagini loosening again in Toronto pen for the 2nd time. He's up. Red Sox have already knocked the starter out of the ball game. Estrada, he went 3 2/3. And the 0-2 from Loop. Here's the 1-2 to Xander Bogaerts. Well, Xander starting his night off with a base hit. And he could use one. At the time he was 3 for 20 over his last several ball games. Batting out of the 2-hole tonight. And a 1-2. Wouldn't chase it.
It's funny how your mind works as a hitter. You start that game off 1 for 1 and you think, okay, big night. I've got to get at least 2 or 3 in this ball game tonight. You got 1 under your belt. You just want to add on.
2-2. Got to be greedy to be a great hitter, don't you?
Absolutely. Get a base hit every time you're up.
Xander hitting 280. Rolls a foul.
And it's funny how guys think. I mean, sometimes you're rolling along with an 0 for 4 and you're debating whether you want that 5th at bat or not. But sometimes that 5th at bat you get the base hit and you kind of save your night a little bit. But when you get off 1 for 1. You think you got a good night coming.
3-2 on the way. And that's going to miss for ball 4. So Xander is on, becomes first Red Sox hitter to walk tonight. Echo Store Technologies donates $50 to the Claddagh Fund for every Red Sox hit in May. The Claddagh Fund is the charitable foundation of the Dropkick Murphys. Echo Store Technologies. Learn more at echostore.org.
Oh, look at the plane. See the plane go by there?
Did. Great shot by our crew and our Emmy-winning director, Mike Narachi. A 7-game hitting streak now for Moreland after an RBI double in the 1st inning.
That was a Delta flight, too. You could tell by the tailwind. In for Chicago. Estimated time 1 hour and 55 minutes.
1-0. Floated down the left field line, but he sliced it foul. You and I are on the same flight coming back from Houston.
Strange weekend. We got the Thursday and Friday games, but then it's national on Saturday and Sunday. So we're out of there like Saturday midday.
We're ghosts. We're a vapor trail on Saturday. We'll be watching and listening. The 1-1 chopper, and Loop's got that down to second for an out, back to first, and a double play. So 2 gone. Moreland hits into the twin killing.
Nice hop back here for Loop. Pitchers like it when the ball bounces up that high. The ones that are very difficult are the ones that stay down near the ground. And he makes a good feed to second base. They had plenty of time to get the double play, so nobody had to rush.
Brings up J.D. Martinez with an RBI double tonight and a flyout. He's 1 for 2. He is tied with Mookie for second in the majors, the 17 home runs, behind Mike Trout, who now has 18. He is tied for first with Manny Machado in RBIs. Number 2 in total bases, behind Betts. Also number 3 in slugging percentage. So he's all over the top 10 in many categories. In fact, the top hitters at home, 3 of the top 10 in home batting average in the American League are Red Sox. Mookie's number 1, Andrew Benintendi's number 2, and Martinez is number 7. 2-1. Sox up 4-1, 5th inning. Devers would bat next. The base is empty, 2 away. Two and two, spun him around.
That's a good breaking ball right there. I think Martinez thought that was going to be a fastball, and then at the last minute he had that break on it. Looked like a fastball coming out of his hand. But you see the spin and it busting way inside on J.D. Martinez.
2-2 down to the dirt. JD did play in the playoffs last year with Arizona against the Dodgers, and first round of the postseason he hit .364 with a home run. Acquitted himself very well. Overall .322 for his new ball club, and the 3-2 he struck him out. That's all for the Red Sox in the 5th.
Two-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight on Sox and Two. Sox and Two is brought to you by Cumberland Farms, where you can get iced coffee for 99 cents, any size, any day.
Top of the 6th inning, 4-1. Red Sox have the lead behind Porcello. Granderson has walked and lined to second. Still decent pop. Used to be a premier home run hitter. Hit 43 home runs back in 2012 with the Yankees.
Porcello thought he had that. Pretty good pitch right at the top of the strike zone. Almost the same as the second pitch that was called a strike.
Trying to put him away with a 1-2.
Comes back with the changeup that time, and Granderson out in front of it.
Granderson helped the Mets to the World Series in 2015. Also got there with the Tigers in 2006, playing for Dave Dombrowski. 1-2. Squibber scooped up by Devers and got him. That had a lot of English on it, a lot of spin, but he got him. So 1 away. Time now to check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question. Good one tonight. Which team is the bigger threat to the Red Sox in the American League? Do you think? And 57% of you believe it's not the Yankees, it's the Astros.
I kind of agree with that, Dave. I mean, the Astros, very, very good club. Defending champs. Great pitching.
High fly foul by Pilar. I do too. I mean, just based on how important pitching is, they've got a 2.58 staff ERA.
Yeah, I mean, I'm anxious to see them this weekend. I really am.
That's a really good test for both ball clubs, the Sox and Houston. They have a 1-game lead on Seattle. The Mariners playing really well, and remember, they have long since lost Robinson Cano to suspension. Popped up, Leon ranging back toward the netting, and it's on top of that net. Pilar is struck out and popped up. He is 0 for 2. So close.
That's so tempting for fans too, isn't it? I mean, they have a souvenir just hanging out
on display. So close you can reach out and touch it. Foul ball along third by Pilar. Solarte on deck. I never caught one as a kid at Fenway. You know, dozens and dozens of games. Came real close, you know, 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I never did either.
Swing and a miss, and Pilar goes down hacking. 2 away.
Slider that time by Porcello to pick up the strikeout. Ever since the home run back in the 4th inning, he's kind of been breezing along. A high slide. He doesn't want it up there, but it worked. No contact.
Solarte is flied out twice. Once to right and once to left. That one down and in, and it hit him. So Solarte hit by the pitch. He is on with 2 away.
Tried the slider again on Solarte, but it just kept chasing him. He had nowhere to go. Couldn't jump out of the way. Already into his stride and gets him right on the back foot.
So Porcello has to be careful here. He's allowed a home run to this man, Justin Smoke, in the 4th inning. Deep shot to right, his 8th home run of the season. Former Seattle Mariner.
Look back at the home run as he gets a breaking ball right there, a slider down around knee high, and takes it over the bullpen of the Toronto Blue Jays. Only run they have tonight.
2 down and a man aboard. Smoke has hit 4 home runs against Rick Porcello in his career. But Porcello also got him to ground out to first in the 1st inning. 1 and 2. The bottom of the 6th inning, Red Sox will have due up Devers, Pedroia, and Holt.
You're talking about when you came here as a fan, never got a foul ball. Next inning, we'll go back in time, see if he can remember some of the things that used to happen here at Fenway, if you experienced the same thing.
Skipped up there and knocked down by Leon. No advance by the runner.
Yeah, there are certain memories I have of coming here as a kid, and even after that the fans used to do here that doesn't happen anymore. It was a totally different generation, obviously.
The fans used to do.
Yeah, the fans used to do it. Yeah.
Now, I never caught one. Never had souvenirs that would roll by and some other 11-year-old kid would rake you with the elbow. And
bully.
Real bully behavior. Down the right field line, but foul.
And I'll bet you there's not a lot of folks out there that remember what I'm going to say either.
That's a pretty good tease. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I mean it's something that used to happen here on a regular basis.
I have no idea what that might be, but I'm looking forward to that. Small lead by Solarte, and a swing and a miss. He strikes him out. 2 Ks in the inning for Rick Porcello. Website for deals. BuyAToyota.com. By KM. Together we grill. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. That's transparency. And by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Service you can see. Experts you can trust. Red Sox leading at 4-1. They have out hit Toronto 7-3. It'll be Devers to lead it off. Biagini finally out of their bullpen to make an appearance. Rafael tonight has fly to center and struck out. Dustin Pedroia on deck. Biagini often used as a starter too.
Yeah, 3 times been called up from Buffalo this season.
Teams are getting him though. 329 batting average against. Bounding ball, a backup can't get it. Charging in Solarte, and that's going to be a base hit. Devers on with a leadoff single here in the 6th inning.
And once that ball got up over the head of Biagini, there was very little chance of making a play on Devers. I'll tell you what, Devers gets down the first base line pretty darn good for a big guy. Right up over the glove, and from that point on, it's going to take an incredible play to get him, and no chance with the bare hand. Watch Devers get down the line. I mean, he can smell a base hit right here once he sees that bounce. Oh, you love that.
Sox now with 8 hits. Pedroia has none tonight. He's 0 for 2. Twice he's grounded short. Big hole on the right side for Pedroia. And he will take a strike.
I'm going to give you one of the things that used to happen here at Fenway. I'll give you the one first.
Right.
They're not major things, but they just used to happen here. If we get a shot of the screen behind home plate, when a foul ball used to go up the screen, the fans used to go whoop, and when it come down, they go whoop.
Remember that?
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Everybody did it in the ballpark.
I'd like to see the Red Sox bring that back.
It was great.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't wait for a foul ball going up that screen. Go, whoop, whoop, when it come back down. And then they had a bat boy who would sprint over there and catch the balls off the screen.
Yep.
Would never let them bounce. It was incredible.
Yep.
The other thing they used to do is in a rally, everybody get out of their chairs and they pound their seats. And it really got loud.
0-2 runner goes. And a line shot base hit to right behind the runner. Devers into third and will stop there. And the Red Sox have something brewing here. First and third. First hit of the season for Dustin Pedroia.
And that's the way to get him a big hole. Send the runner at first base. Pedroia reaching out. You can see the second baseman going to cover. Nobody home. Even if he stayed in his position, he was not going to get this ball by Pedroia. So very quickly a first and third situation. Do you remember those days?
I don't remember the banging on the chairs. When did that stop?
No, it stopped a long time ago. Yeah. But everybody used to get out of their chairs. You know, all like 5,000 that were here. And in a Red Sox rally, they just banged their seats, you know, up and down.
Yeah.
And it got real loud.
Brock Holt 1 for 2, base hit and a steal tonight. He's also scored a run, hitting .333. I do remember that noise that you make so well. You know, everyone would do that.
That was like everybody couldn't wait for a foul ball.
The whole ballpark would get into that, especially when it was a kid's day.
Yeah.
You know, and the bleachers were packed. That's what you lived for, to do that. 0-1.
That had to be back in the 60s, I would say, 67, those years. And I can't tell you when it ended. It probably ended when they started filling the ballpark up every day. But
yeah. Nobody out. Red Sox threatening for more, ahead 4-1. Fouled away. Do you vividly remember the first time you ever came to Fenway as a kid?
I'll never forget it. I walked up the first base ramp somewhere close to where Sandy Leone is, behind him. And the first thing I saw was the Green Monster, and the colors just jumped out at me because most of what I had watched was on black and white TV.
Sure. And then bang, it just came to life. First time everyone sees Fenway. It's a similar memory because everyone remembers the colors just so shockingly green.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. And you know what got me too was the Red Sox uniforms, because when you don't see them, you know, when you didn't see them live, you know, the colors, the red, and then they had, at those days they used to wear red, white, and blue socks, and it was special. I mean, it's something you'll never forget.
0-2 from Biagini. Little tapper pass, first foul.
That ramp, though, that first base ramp, I bet a lot of people have come up that ramp for their first time at Fenway, because when you come in that gate D, that's really the first ramp that you see. It's on the first base side. And a lot of people right there, baby. You come up that ramp and you look at this place for the first time and it's just like, oh, man.
Yeah, the ballpark comes to life.
Yep.
First and third, and the 0-2 to Holt. In there for strike 3. So one man gone. Sandy Leone will be next.
Brock Holton, like that ball looked to be a little bit inside. He was jumping back, but the strike 3 called. Take a look at pitch number 6. A little bit inside.
Sandy has doubled and grounded out. 1 for 2 in this one. Yeah, that story that you tell about your first game here, first time you ever saw Fenway Park, has been something like it's been repeated generation after generation after generation. Down into the dirt, blocked by Maley.
Well, the other thing too is you hoped that every game went extra innings. You hoped that at some point you'd see the lights on. I remember those moments, you know, and boy, they ever put the lights on, it was like great.
Like Christmas time.
Yeah.
It's like Christmas Day. Biagini with a 1-0. Little tapper off his glove. It'll roll and keep on rolling. A run is in. Pedroia takes off for third. Leon down to second. There's nobody there. And on that little hopper, the Red Sox have second and third and another run home to make it 5-1.
Oh, is that strange? That play. Off goes Pedroia at first base, tipped off the glove of the pitcher, and then changing directions is the second baseman, Travis. He dives, he can't make the play, and Leon's ends up at second base. See him come in, and then he has to change direction. He tries to knock it down, but he can't. What a weird play that was.
And you know what? That's a double.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's nothing else you can call that. That's his second double tonight.
He's even smiling about it himself.
Well, everything breaking right for the Red Sox here in 2018 on top 5-1. A double for Sandy. He also had one in the second inning. And here's Jackie Bradley. And Sox can really put a hurt on the infield in now for Toronto with one down. He has an RBI single tonight, 1 for 2.
Great opportunity to break this one wide open for the Red Sox. Big at bat for Jackie.
Leon at second, Pedroia off third. And a ball. Benintendi, who couldn't be hotter, is on deck. Three hits in the inning on Biagini. And a 1-1. Took a big swing on the curveball. 1-2. Red Sox have piled up 10 hits already. Three men stacked on the right. Here's the 1-2 into the dirt. Good block again by Maley, who's done that several times tonight.
They've been busy behind the plate. And to this point, done very well behind the plate. Turns that glove over, able to knock it down, keep that man at third base.
Here's the 2-2. Another breaking ball skipped up there. Talking about
another block by Maley.
Another one over and over.
This ball bouncing right about at home plate, in front of home plate. Actually, takes it right off the stomach.
This crowd would like some more. And the 3-2. And he walked him. So that's going to load up the bases for Andrew Benintendi. Get excited, America. Dunkin' Go-Tos are here. 2 breakfast sandwiches for $2, $3, or $5. America runs on Dunkin'. Participation may vary. Limited time offer. Restrictions apply. And here we go. Benintendi. No place to put him. One down. They're all loaded up. He has an RBI double tonight. And he began the evening hitting .404 with runners in scoring position. So he has been a clutch guy. One away. Hard hit, but foul. Strike one. And when sticking underneath the padding after the foul. Benintendi has joined J.D. Martinez and Mookie Betts in the American League's top 10 in RBIs, tied for 6th. 38 as of this moment. One and one. Well, if he hangs one of those curveballs the way Benintendi's going, it could be disaster for Toronto. All loaded up, and the 1-1 in for a strike. 95.
Made a couple of tough pitches with the fastball down and in on Benintendi for the 2 strikes.
Biagini with a 1-2. Poke foul. Protective swing there with 2 strikes.
That's what Boggs used to do all the time. He'd get 2 strikes on him and drive you crazy. He'd foul off pitches like that. Almost like intentionally foul them off.
So Petrichka now throwing in their bullpen. Sox have hit a major league high 6 grand slams. Loaded up, and that'll be ball 2. Bogaerts on deck. Very pleasant summer-like evening here at Fenway. And the Red Sox have a 5-1 lead. The 2-2 to Andrew Benintendi. Benintendi talking about his day yesterday. Another outstanding day. 3 for 5, a home run, 4 RBIs. He said, "There's no question I'm seeing the ball better. There's no question he is really comfortable in the batter's box." He's closing in on a 300 batting clip. Here's the 2-2. Hard hit, but to the second baseman Travis, to Solarte on to first, double play. So Biagini gets out of it with only the 1 run. 5-1 Boston. strikeouts. He actually walked the first man he faced in this game, but then struck out Pilar. Got a caught stealing right away. That certainly helped. He allowed a home run to Smoke in the 4th inning, the only run off him by Toronto. Teoscar Hernandez has popped up and grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Russell Martin on deck. Kendrys Morales after him. Just 3 hits for the Blue Jays. And a high pop to center. Jackie Bradley to settle under. 1 man gone. Time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. And here's Tom Caron. Yeah, Morton is 7-0 going into that one. No pitch thrown here by Porcello. Late time granted Martin. Oh, great to have you with us here at Fenway Park. Red Sox with a 5-1 lead. And that one drills him. Martin gets hit by the pitch. He is not very happy about that. Staring out at Rick Porcello.
What he's not happy about is, he stepped out. And Porcello didn't like it. Then he comes inside and hits Martin, and Martin doesn't like it.
That's the second batter in the last 2 innings who's been hit. So a man on with 1 down for Morales, who is singled and grounded out to first. Batting 186, 4 home runs. Been tough sledding for him. And he was the man robbed by Jackie Bradley in yesterday's game in center field. That shot, according to StatCast, had a 91% hit probability. One of the many reasons it was a splendid play. It was hit at 104.4 miles an hour, and since 2015, balls hit that hard, that distance, have been home runs 9 out of 10 times. Of course, at Fenway, that stays in the ballpark and lands in Jackie Bradley's glove. That's in there for a strike on Morales.
Let's go back to that mini exchange between Porcello and Martin now. Martin calls timeout when Porcello's ready to pitch. He says, my bad, I call timeout. Then the next pitch comes up and in on him like that. So, who knows what was in Porcello's mind right there. But Martin certainly thought it was intentional.
Solardi was hit by a pitch on the foot on a curveball in the previous inning.
Yeah, there was nothing there. That no payback from that, obviously.
No intent. And earlier in the game, remember, Porcello slowed down and did not deliver a pitch. It's happened a couple of times in this game, actually. This time on a timeout. So a base runner here with 1 away and a full count on Morales. Still has pop in the bat. (3-2). And he's going to walk him. So he'll put runners at first and second. 85 pitches for him. Quick reminder, the Lexus Strikeout Hunger program is underway. Log on to NESN.com/Lexus as we showcase an interview with the president and CEO of the Greater Boston Food Bank, Catherine D'Amato. To find out how you can donate, log on to NESN.com/Lexus. Here's Devin Travis. He's gone 0 for 2. And a base hit into left. Runner down to third. Martin stops there, so the bases are going to be all loaded up with 1 down. Some trouble here in the 7th inning. Red Sox may get the bullpen going shortly, even though it's 86 pitches. And the batter will be Luke Maile, who has lined out hard to left and struck out. Dale Levangie is going to head out to the mound
as they start to scramble a little bit in the bullpen down there. Some stretching going on. Looks like Joe Kelly.
Hey, for 4 generations, KM has been locally crafting quality Franks for all you Sox fans. Pick up KM Fenway Franks at your grocer today. KM, together we grill. So Joe, moments away from that first pitch. Out in the bullpen. They are all loaded now from Maile. With a walk-off home run against the Red Sox in Toronto to win a ball game for the Blue Jays. He'll take ball 1.
So would love to get that sinker working right now and get a ground ball to his infield, get a double play, and get out of this mess.
Inning began with an innocent fly ball to center, but then a hit batsman, a walk, and a single. A wild cut there to pitch well outside the slider. 1-1. Granderson on deck. Here's the 1-1.
That 2-seam fastball again, hoping for that contact on the ground.
Worth repeating the note, since he joined the Red Sox in 2015, Rick Porcello is 45-6 when he gets 3 or more runs. 1-2. So he's at 90 pitches. Last start 92 in the loss at Tampa Bay, but that was in just 3 2/3. He's been a whole lot better tonight. No place to put this guy. And down he goes. He struck him out for a big second out.
Second time he struck out Maile tonight. Got him on a fastball back in the 3rd inning. That time he goes back to the slider. Away. A couple of sliders in that at bat to Maile and no contact.
So now trying to get an old foe in Granderson, who has walked, lined to second, and grounded to third. Started the evening hitting .294 lifetime against Porcello. They're loaded up, and that is ball 1. Martin at third. Morales at second, and Travis at first. The 1-0. That's a strike. He likes a slider.
A lot of them to the last couple of hitters. No question about that.
Two and 1 on Granderson. And Joe Kelly getting very close to being ready if needed here in the 7th. Right now, a 4-run advantage. 2-1. Now 2-2.
That's the pitch Granderson like right there. That ball is right down the middle of the plate and fouls it back. Wanted it more inside, but it stayed out over, and Porcello fortunate that that was a foul ball.
They lead at first, second, and third. The crowd urging Porcello to get through this inning. The 2-2. Hard ground ball, the dive. Pedroia slides, throws to first. It's off the glove. 1 run is in. Here comes another run in. Runners will be at second and third. A play that totally backfired on the Red Sox. play that could have ended the inning. And Moreland with a diving effort, but could not come up with it.
And then Pedroia had to try to lead Porcello to the bag. A long way to go to cover first base. You can see right here, Pedroia comes up, he leaves him, and just off the top of the glove of Porcello. I think he still had contact with the bag.
So Martin and Morales scamper home to make it a 5-3 game, and Porcello's night ends on kind of a wild play, and the runners at second and third belong to him. Wild inning indeed. And Kelly is coming in.
One more look at that play, and we'll see how they get a couple of runs here. It was, you know, the play was backed up by Pedroia, as you can see right here. Gets by the dive of Moreland, and then the throw is going to be just a little bit high. But it's almost like, you know, it's one that I think Porcello figures, you know, I could have caught. I think he still had contact with the bag.
So 2-run score to make it 5-3. It'll be a base hit. And they're going to charge Porcello with the error. And Morales scoring on the E1. So it's become a 2-run game, and deep trouble here for the Red Sox because their runners at second and third. Granderson coming through. Pilar will be the next man in and about to face Joe Kelly. Season ticket plans provide fans with the best seats, price, and benefits. Plans start at 10 games and are available right now. For more information, go to redsox.com/season tickets or call 877 Red Sox 9 today. So it is a base hit, but an E1 on Porcello. Goes 6 2/3. 3 earned runs at the moment. 2 men in scoring position.
That's a tough play. You know, it's a tough play for both guys, the second baseman and the pitcher. The pitcher on full speed. Porcello trying to get over there and make a catch on a throw from the second baseman that's in the shift.
And the batter will be Kevin Pilar, who's gone 0 for 3. So this one has tightened up considerably all of a sudden. A hit batsman, a walk, 2 singles, an error, and it's a ball game. Joe Kelly now for the 25th time. ERA of 1.82. And Pilar's a guy who will swing the bat, and he will strike out.
99-mile-an-hour fastball out of the chute from Kelly.
Joe has allowed 1 run in his last 23 outings. That goes back to April 1st with a 0.37 ERA over that span. Pilar fanned in the first, again in the 6th. He's also popped out foul to first base. Here's the 0-1. And a breaking ball snapped in there. 0-2.
Go from 99 to 84 on the curveball. Good breaking ball right there from Joe Kelly. Good bite to it.
Here's the 0-2 to Pilar. Got him with a changeup, but 2 runs in. It's a 5-3 game. 9-2. Franklin Morales earned his first win. Jacoby Ellsbury sparked the Red Sox offense and stole 5 bases in that game. Well, the Red Sox could use a little more breathing room on top 5-3 as Toronto just rallied to score a couple of runs. Xander Bogaerts will lead it off 1 for 2 with a base hit and a walk tonight.
How about Joe Kelly coming in and throwing a 99-mile-an-hour fastball, a curveball at 84, and then goes to the changeup to get the strikeout.
There's only one word for that: unfair. Joe is on quite a run. He's been superb, and the Red Sox needed him to be again. They have Clippard going in the bullpen. Some might argue there was a tough error to be charged to Rick Porcello on that play. On that throw, that one torched way back and gone, totally out of the ballpark. Number 8 for the X-Man, and he destroyed that one. Red Sox in front 6-3.
Well, he's been doing a lot of that. He's been getting a lot of fastballs inside, and what is he doing? He's pulling them right out of Fenway Park over the monster seats. Watch the location of this pitch, up and in, and Bogaerts gets completely extended on it and is able to keep that ball fair and deep.
Knew it immediately, as did Ball of Fenway. Deep into the night, totally out. Speedway donates $500 to Boston Children's Hospital for every Red Sox homer. And don't forget, all summer long, stop by your local Speedway and quench your thirst with a refreshing Speedy Freeze. So the Red Sox with a 6-3 lead. John Gibbons going back to his bullpen, and Clippard now in the game. So he's the third reliever he's been forced to use tonight. Red Sox now with 79 home runs, second most in the big leagues. The Red Sox have hit 49 home runs since April 30, and that's the most in the majors. So Clippard about to take on Mitch Moreland, who has doubled, flied out, and hit into a double play tonight.
Let's go back to the 7th inning and look at the strikeout by Joe Kelly against Pilar. Second and third situation. He comes with a 99-mile-an-hour fastball first to foul it off. Then he drops the curveball for strike 2, and then the changeup.
I thought of another word: dirty.
3 different pitches, 3 different speeds, all strikes, and ends the threat.
Our high strength steel play brought to you by New England Chevy dealers and a Chevy Silverado. 6 runs, 11 hits for the Red Sox, 3 runs, 5 hits for Toronto. And Moreland to take on Clippard. Hard to remember, Moreland actually began the season 0 for 12. Since then, he's batting .352 with an on-base percentage of .421. RBI double in the first inning. Martinez on deck. Sander going downtown. Yanked into shallow right. Travis will set him down.
And we talked about Bogaerts early in the game. You get that first hit, you're 1 for 1, and you expect to have a big night, you know. And since that time, he's added a walk and a home run. So 2 for 3 on the night.
433 feet.
And it comes at a nice time, too, when, you know, Toronto was rallying a little bit to get back in this game.
So Mookie Betts relaxing for the 3rd consecutive game. Red Sox Alex Cora would hope to get him in there, he said, before the game tomorrow. We shall see, though. And that one popped up to right. Smoke drifting. Travis coming over. Smoke goes for it. Can't get it. Over near the tarp.
That just goes to show you, how difficult that play is. And we saw Moreland back in the early part of the ball game make a play like that going to the top with his back to home plate. Smoke checking out how much room he's got. Reaches out. He can't make it. Travis can't get there. And Moreland made that look easy early. Here's Moreland. Almost the same thing.
Bases empty. One down for Martinez. 1 for 3, an RBI double. You don't want to test this theory for too long, the way Mookie is playing in 2018, but in the short run, they're scoring without him. Entering tonight, Red Sox averaging 4.6 per game when he hasn't started. 5.4 when he does start. Having a spectacular season. A little tightness in that side from a batting practice session a few days ago, so Red Sox are playing it very cautiously, given how important he is to the 2018 Red Sox. 0-2. A rocket into left. That'll bounce on the grass, the track up against the monster. He wants second base. The throw will be late. He slides in with a double. That's his second tonight. He is 2 for 4.
And the first one drove in a run back in the first inning. Now here in the 7th, almost the exact same thing. A hard line drive down in the left field corner. Well, you just watch, you watch him hit and you just don't know where the ball's going to go. Whether it's going to go opposite field, up the middle, pull, just a master at using the whole ballpark.
Yeah, wouldn't you love to get a look at the scouting report from the opposing team on him?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen him take balls that are 4 or 5 inches inside and shoot them the other way for home runs.
I don't know how you scout him, how to defend him. He had a little bit of a cool stretch, but he's out of that now after that monster home run yesterday and 2 doubles tonight. And raking again. Devers with an infield hit in the 6th inning. Rafael 1 for 3. Red Sox have 12 hits already and lead at 6-3. Xander Bogaerts with an absolute blast in this inning. His 8th homer. One down and a 2-0 pitch. Popped him up. Center field. Pilar coming in. Plenty of time. 2-way. You can import the NESN Red Sox schedule on any device for alerts 15 minutes before the game with matchup info, streaks, and more. It's the perfect reminder for games like tomorrow's 1 o'clock matinee against Toronto. Visit NESN.com/schedule to import it. Presented by Franklin Sports, the official batting glove of the Red Sox and Major League Baseball. 1 o'clock tomorrow. Eddie Rodriguez on the hill at 1:05, and then the Red Sox head for Houston in a 4-game showdown at the home of the defending champions. Pedroia 1 for 3. First hit of the year in the 6th inning. A solid single to right. He has always hit Toronto. Astros still on top of the Yankees, by the way, 5-3 in the 7th. Cleveland has defeated the White Sox 7-2. To center field, Pilar has it lined up to retire the side, but Bogaerts slams one out of the ballpark at 6-3 Boston.
show with hashtag Hats Off for Heroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Top of the eighth, Xander Bogaerts with a blast to make it 6-3. So a little bit of a cushion for the Red Sox bullpen. And Rick Porcello lined up for the win. He would improve to 7-2. It'll be 3-4-5 here for Toronto. Solarte to lead things off against Joe Kelly into his second inning after a devastating changeup to Fan Pilar and strand two men in scoring position last inning.
That changeup's a pitch that's been very effective for Kelly, especially with 2 strikes.
Line shot foul. Sox will play tomorrow afternoon to wrap up this series with the Blue Jays at 1:05. Danny Barnes to loosen up, right-hander in their pen. We saw him last night. No relation to Matt. One. No chance on that one. That slider, and the count 1-2. Solarte 1 for 7 lifetime against Joe Kelly.
And Joe Kelly showing you his whole arsenal of pitches since being in this game, and he's only faced 2 batters.
Smoke on deck. He's homered in this one. 1-2.
Change up again, but that time sliding outside.
Time to put away Solarte with a 2-2. Popped him up. Here's Devers moving in on the grass and backing up for the catch. 1 away. Time now for Quality Starts, brought to you by BioFreeze, as we take a look at Rick Porcello's numbers from today. 6 2/3, 5 hits and 2 earned runs. That is a quality start. 5 Ks in the book. His 8th quality start of the year. Threw the ball well tonight. He's done it a couple of times against Toronto this year.
Yes, he has.
Smoke 1 for 3. A home run solo shot in the 4th inning. Win tonight for the Red Sox would make them 6-2 head-to-head against this Toronto club. Boston's already gone up there twice. Red Sox have played a ton of games against the division already. They're 23-10 against the AL East. The Yankees haven't played nearly as many. They're 11-9 against the division. Red Sox have by far the best record against their division of any club in baseball. Made him move his feet and jumped out of the way. 2-1. Trying to get to 21 over 500 for the first time this year. Looking to win yet another series. You can do that by putting this one to bed. Ways to go yet. Here's the 2-1 to Smoke. Xander Bogaerts will range over and lob on to get him. Plenty of time to retire Smoke. 2 up, 2 down.
Pedroia is probably saying, what are you doing? That's my ball.
Hey, if you missed the alumni game Sunday night, watch a special encore presentation tomorrow night on NESN. Don't miss all your favorite Red Sox legends, including Pedro, Wade Boggs, who was wearing a microphone. He was very funny. Catch a special encore presentation of the Red Sox alumni game tomorrow night at 7. Sox playing in the daytime, and then the alumni game later on. Hernandez is 0 for 3.
Let's go back to the ground ball. Pedroia ready to make a play on this, and look, here comes Bogaerts. This takes it away from him, takes away an easy ground ball out for him.
You hit a blast like that, you can do anything you want. He has been one tough reliever to hit. Trying to make it a 1-2-3 8th inning. And him backing out of there, had him fooled, but was not called a strike by Vic Carapazza.
Yeah, threw that curveball directly at him, and it breaks and almost picks up the inside corner. Kelly wanted it.
(2-1). Oh, that hits him. That'll be the third batter plunked tonight by the Red Sox pitching staff. Teoscar Hernandez gets drilled here, and that'll put a man on with 2 down, and he's in some pain.
I got him in a bad spot. Nowhere to go on that fastball.
Now the manager's going to have to come out. John Gibbons will trot out as the trainer works on Hernandez.
Looks like it got him just below that pad he has near his elbow.
It's actually the third straight inning that they've had a batter hit. Martin was one of them. He took umbrage. And Solarte got hit by a curveball in the 6th inning. No intent here at all. Let's see if he can hang in there. Looks like he will. He'll be off to take his base. So a man on with 2 down will send up the last guy to get hit, Russell Martin. And that turned into something because he got hit on the arm, eventually took his base, stared out at Rick Porcello a while. Then there was a walk, a base hit, and an error. They got 2 runs and they got right back in the game. Kelly trying to make sure this doesn't do the same thing. Martin, along with getting hit, has grounded out and singled. Red Sox up 6-3. Down low, ball 1. Morales on deck. We're in the top half of the 8th inning. Red Sox ahead by 3. And a strike. Oh, doubled up on the curveball. That one landed. Joe, a long look in, getting a sign from Sandy Leon with Hernandez off first, and a 1-1. That slider had some bite. 1-2.
Another good breaking ball there from Joe Kelly. Again, you know, tonight throwing all of his pitches. Fastball, curveball, sliders, changeups. Looks like they want to throw the changeup here.
Well, it worked last inning against Pilar. This one a little wide low in the count 2-2. 6 runs on a dozen hits for the Red Sox, including a monster shot by Xander Bogaerts. 3 runs and 5 hits for Toronto. Looking for another K. The 2-2 to Martin. Just missed. 99 miles an hour. Did not get the strike. And it's all filled up.
A good hole right there by Martin. Not even close to taking a swing.
Runner will take off. Hernandez, there he goes, the pitch. And a pop-up. Drifting back, Pedroia says he's got it, and that retires the side. One man left. William Ravis Real Estate, the official realtor of the Boston Red Sox, and by Sullivan Tire and Complete Auto Service. Pretty night here at Fenway. Red Sox leading 6-3 as we take it to the bottom half of the 8th inning, and Brock Holt gets hit, and that was predictable. And now warnings from the home plate umpire Carapazza. 3 Toronto hitters have been struck by pitches, so you figure that was just a matter of time.
It's almost like Brock Holt knew that was coming. He just gets hit on the bottom of the leg, where if you got to drill somebody, that's the place to do it, and then makes his way to first base. You don't throw up around the head. Now tonight there's been a few of them, but this was on a breaking ball early. This was certainly not intentional. After the step out, up and in on Martin.
Diving back in safely, and then Teoscar Hernandez got hit as well.
Yeah, up on the above the elbow, and so now they get Holt with the first pitch, and I think he expected that.
Actually had a bit of a smile, a grin when he got to first base. Sandy Leon's had a good night. He doubled in the 2nd inning and then got credit for a double in the 6th inning on a chopper on the infield. No hugs here, but a big smile. He knows how the game is played. Red Sox 6, Toronto 3, late, bottom half of the 8th. Sandy hitting lefty. His batting average has shot up to 242 now. Wasn't that long ago he was knocking around in the 170s. He's been swinging a good bat. A lot of Red Sox are. 1-1. Red Sox could very well take over the major league lead in runs scored here tonight. They could pass the Yankees. That game is in the 7th inning. It is 5-3 Houston. Red Sox were only 1 run back coming into play tonight. And time is granted. Matt Barnes along with Craig Kimbrell working side by side in the Boston pen.
Barnes up there in case the Red Sox add on to the lead. If it stays 3 runs, you'll probably see Kimbrell.
Jackie Bradley on deck. Nobody out. Runner holding in tight for a ball. And the 2-2 to the number 8 hitter won't be made. Back in Brock Holt again. If the Sox do win this game, they will improve to 19-8 at home. They are 19-9 on the road. Two. Hard hit foul. A lot of good swings tonight. Red Sox do have 12 hits.
Yeah, and the line, it's been spread out through the lineup too, up and down the lineup.
Well, and we will see if Mookie Betts plays in the day game tomorrow. Last game of the homestand. And the 2-2 again. Floated foul. Sox would also go to 24-10 against the division. They really have been the beasts of the East. Brock Holt off first, nobody out. Very pesky at bat here by Sandy.
Long at bat, fouling off a lot of fastballs from Barnes.
Take a look at that foul ball and a goodwill gesture here. Take a look at this. Little guy is about to walk away. That is awfully nice. Made his month. Where was that guy when I was 7? That never happened to me, man.
When you were 7 coming to games here, you had to like run over seats to get foul balls, not people.
Right. You really had to be agile. And at times a little hostile. Getting through those seats and the occasional fan. It was a little bit different. It was not nearly as crowded.
No. I think in 1967, if I'm not mistaken, and I may be wrong on this, but I think the opening day crowd in '67 was 6,000 people here at Fenway Park.
Isn't that amazing?
That was the impossible dream team.
A little different story at the end of '67.
Yep.
2-2. That one ripped toward the alley. There's nobody out there. It's carrying back and gone. Sandy Leon crushes one to the bullpen. Two doubles and a home run for the Red Sox catcher tonight.
Wow.
And that opens up an 8-3 lead.
I think the guy that caught that ball too was Craig Kimbrell in the bullpen, and he can just now take a seat. That ball was down and Leon put a charge in it. There's Kimbrell making the catch. Now you can go sit down because the Red Sox have a bigger lead. That ball just took off. It was like a shot out of a cannon.
His second home run of the season. He's had a big evening. 3 extra base hits and the seat for the closer.
Yeah, make a catch, go sit down.
And Barnes continues to worm. He'll be in next. Jackie Bradley is 1 for 2 with a single. Fly ball into center, not deep, coming on Pilar. That is the first out in the inning. We go to the 180 moment of the game, brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Alexander Bogaerts with number 8 on the season. A ball that was up and in that he turned on and puts it over everything in left field.
He will follow Andrew Benintendi, who has an RBI double tonight. 1 for 4, hitting .291. That one high, pretty well hit, racing back Pilar. He'll get to it on the warning track. 2 down. And Bogaerts will be up again here in a moment. Xander along with the home run as a base hit and a walk. So he's been on a lot this evening.
Well, I started the game on a mistake and I'm finishing one on a mistake. There was not 6,000 people here on opening day. There were 8,000. I think 324. 8,324 on opening day in '67.
Pretty close. That's not many. Not many at all for the start of a magical run. I used to listen to the Ken Coleman album that he made after that season.
Oh yeah, and Yaz had a song.
Yaz had a song.
And bread and everything else.
Yeah. The man they call Yaz. Xander now at 8 homers, 28 driven in. Bases clean, 2 down. Been another good night for the Sox, on top 8-3, 13 hits. And the offense really clicking, amazingly enough, without Mookie Betts in the lineup for a few days. But there are a lot of good hitters in this lineup. 2-1. Now 3 balls and a strike.
After '67, at the beginning of '68 for opening day, 32,000.
Yeah. What a race. 67. It's like a ball loose on the center field warning track, so they'll scoop that up. There have been a lot of great individual seasons in Major League Baseball from a lot of great players, but what Carl Yastrzemski did in 1967,
Triple Crown,
made him an immortal. Here's the 3-1. Tag foul out of play. It was back in the day where you had to finish first.
Yeah.
Or you were going home. Sox with a 5-run lead here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. They have added on. Sandy Leon with a 2-run homer. Xander Bogaerts with a solo shot in the 7th inning. And down he goes, strike 3, but the Red Sox have an 8-3 lead going to the 9th. Fenway. The first 10,000 fans in attendance receive a Benintendi bobblehead, the first in a series of 3 splash baubles this season, presented by Coca-Cola. For tickets and more info, visit redsox.com/promos. The Red Sox will bring on Hector Velasquez, a right-hander, to take on the bottom third of the order as we go to the 9th inning. Boston leading 8-3. And on the verge of winning another series and taking the first 2 out of 3 against Toronto. Sox getting good pitching again, plenty of offense. A couple of web gems in there. 13 hits for Boston, only 5 for Toronto. Morales has one of them, a base hit in second. Quickly 0-2. These two clubs will turn around and play tomorrow afternoon at 1:05. Left-hander Eduardo Rodriguez back at it. Been pitching very well. And the Sox are 3 outs away from going to 21 over 500 and improving on their major league best record of 37-17 at the moment. 1-2. Fly ball. Jackie Bradley taken off. Bound for the triangle. He can't get to this one. It skips up off the fence. Into second base, Morales. He's got a double.
Morales has had a good night. A single back in the 2nd inning. He had a walk in the 7th, and now there's double over the head of Jackie Bradley. No way he can catch up to that ball as it headed out toward the 420. Didn't come far from it, though.
So leadoff double here in the 9th inning brings up Travis, who's gone 1 for 3 with a base hit. Just the 6th hit tonight for the Blue Jays. Playing without Josh Donaldson this evening. See if he gets in there tomorrow. He's had a tight calf. And in there for a strike. Houston has carried a 5-3 lead on the Yankees into the 8th inning. Smith Jr. on deck. He would hit for Mailey. Oh, 1 cracked along third, and a fair ball. Bobbled a bit. The throw will be offline, and they're going to be safe at first and second. Morales held the bag at second base. So a couple of men aboard. Our game summary brought to you by Xfinity. Estrada didn't last very long, just 3 2/3, 4 earned. Porcello went 6 2/3, just 2 earned runs. Bogaerts destroyed a home run. Leon's had a huge night, 3 for 4, 2 doubles, a home run, 3 RBIs. And Craig Kimbrell getting back up.
Yep, couple of men on base. Back to loosen up again.
Base hit for Travis moments ago, and here's Smith Jr., Dwight Smith Jr., and that's a base hit going after the first pitch. That's going to load him up. A single to left, double, single, single, and they're all filled up for Granderson. Getting a lot more interesting all of a sudden.
Slaps that ball between third and short, bases loaded that quickly.
So they are filled up for Granderson, who's walked, line to second, grounded to third, and single. Base hit is part of a crazy play in the 7th inning, in which 2 runs scored. And Kimbrell will not need very long to be ready because he had warmed up previously. And he sat down after catching Sandy Leon's home run in the bullpen. So no move yet. And Velasquez will take on Granderson. 33,380 the crowd here on a Wednesday night. In there for a strike. Should say on a Tuesday night. Already thinking about Wednesday. Granderson 244 with 4 home runs. Still the guy who can hit the ball out of the ballpark. Here comes the 0-1. Check swing and lob foul. So 0-2. They've got them all loaded up. Morales, Travis, and Smith. Looking for the K here on Granderson. Blocked by Leon.
Back-to-back splitters thrown by Velasquez. Leon blocking that last one, keeping the man at third base.
Granderson this season 3 for 4 with the bases loaded. Lofts that one to left, coming on Benintendi, makes the catch, and the runners have to go back. Made a fine running play for the out.
I'll tell you, Benintendi covers a lot of ground. He gets a terrific jump on the ball. That ball could have easily dropped in, and here comes Cora to make the pitching change.
With Pilar due up.
Watch Benintendi get the jump coming in on this beautiful jump, and he's able to make the catch running toward third base. Obviously Morales has nowhere to go.
So that'll do it for Velasquez, leaving behind the bases jammed for the Red Sox closer. And Pilar, a guy who is strikeout prone. He's gone 0 for 4 tonight with 3 Ks. He's up there to swing away. You look at Kimbrel's numbers on the year. Just a 171 batting average against.
And a lot of times Kimbrel comes in for clean innings, but this time certainly not clean with the bases loaded and the 1 out.
Inning began with a double by Morales. Travis singled. Smith Jr. went after the very first pitch coming off the bench. He singled. Granderson now at the fly out to left. Oh, the right-hander's been very good for them out of the bullpen. He is getting loose. 8-3. Sox on top here in the 9th inning. Pilar 0 for 5, 3 strikeouts against Craig Kimbrel. But they are all loaded up here in the top half of the 9th. One man away. He was going for the downs. First one at 98, popping the mid.
Yeah, up and away from Pilar. Pilar was thinking about 4 quick runs on that swing.
He's hit 4 home runs. Here comes the 0-1. Fouled back. Again in the upper 90s, 99 miles an hour. So he's coming right at him. Morales, Travis, Smith on the bases. And the 0-2 to Pilar. Got a piece of it. Cannot be a lot of fun facing Craig Kimbrel. Going from 99 with a fastball to an 88 mile-an-hour breaking ball.
That's the hard thing. You just don't know what to expect. You don't know when he's going to throw that breaking ball.
Oh-2. Little dribbler foul.
Like that, he comes back with it again. You know, right after throwing one, he throws another, and Pilar able to somehow foul that ball off.
So Leon out for a chat. Red Sox trying to put this one into the win column and get to 38 and 17. Would also put the Red Sox at 17 and 10 for the month of May. One down. Jan Herbert, Solarte on deck. Some fireworks in this one. Both benches were warned a couple of innings ago. We have had 4 hit batsmen. 1-2 off the plate. Pilar fans here. It'll be for the 4th time in the game. And Kimbrel with a 2-2. Struck him out right past him at 99.
And went just a little bit higher that time with the fastball to pick up the strikeout. 4th time that Pilar has gone down on strikes tonight.
So 2 gone.
Showed him a little bit of everything in that at bat, didn't he? His fastball, his breaking ball, puts him away with the fastball upstairs, up above the belt.
Solarte's gone 0 for 3. He's one of the guys hit by a pitch back in the 6th inning. One more to get for Kimbrel. Starts him off with a breaking ball. Tied him up 0-1. Morales and Travis and Smith Jr. Solarte with decent pop. He's at 11. But he's behind 0-2.
98 miles an hour in the last fastball, up and probably out of the strike zone. That'll bring the crowd to his feet, hoping for the punch out.
Two-strike pitch. Fastballs at 98, 99. For the win, the Red Sox take the series. Kimbrel looking for another K, and a 1-2. Ground ball to third. Devers has it. He'll go to second with a force play, and that ends the ball game. The Red Sox win it 8-3. Kimbrel locks it up. And TC, the Boston Red Sox, now a season high 21 games over 500.